Can I hear you guys scream jobs? Come on. You can do better than that. You are youngsters. Come on. Can I hear you scream? Oh, that's better. Can I hear you scream I? That's good. Can I hear you scream creator? Oh, good. All right, let's combine it. I, jobs creator. One more time. Thank you. That's good. That's what you do. That's what entrepreneurs do. So good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for coming. I know we've seen people coming from Chennai, we've seen people coming from Calcutta, we've seen people coming from North. So I know you've traveled all the way. So thank you so much for coming. We have students, we have faculty, we have mentors that are all over the country that have been helping us support this journey. So thank you. We have faculty in the audience, some of them have been with us for 10, 14 years that have helped us deliver entrepreneurship education to all of you students here. We have mentors here who some of whom we will honor today that have again been with us for many, many years. So thank you all. First is for all the service for so many years, and then for coming here. When we talk about entrepreneurship, at least when I talk about entrepreneurship, there are three main reasons why I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Number one is, as an entrepreneur, you are your own boss. So you don't need to beg for jobs anymore. You give jobs, you become a job creator. And in a country like India today, India has enormous need for job creators. And what we need is the best and brightest in the country, folks like you that need to solve the country's problems. And the good news is every single day you drive around and there are 10,000 problems in India scheming for a better solution. So we want folks like you to take on those problems, find a solution to those problems, in turn create companies around those problems and create jobs. So you become your boss, you become job creator, and that's number one reason to be an entrepreneur. Number two reason is pursuing entrepreneurship is like getting a Harvard MBA, or actually getting even better than a Harvard MBA without paying for it or without going to Harvard. Because entrepreneurs solve tough problems. It is a problem that has not been solved, for which they are looking for a solution. And every single day they come to the job, they are dealing with, micro issues that need to resolve to solve that big problem. And in doing so, you are reaching out to some knowledge acquisition through, and these days it's easier to, search on the web, watch YouTube videos, do Google search and access a lot of knowledge resources. But you reach out to other people, you reach out to some other experts, you reach out to mentors, you reach out to investors, and in this process, you are learning every day. And that upgrading yourself, so any entrepreneur that has gone through this journey, whether they have succeeded or they have failed, the learning process is a fabulous outcome that comes out of it. And we have seen this happen. Across the board, we have seen those students that are part of e-cells, those students that are leading e-cells, They are the first ones to get hired. They are the ones that are getting better wages when you have these when you have these companies coming for campus interviews. So they get 20, 30% wages better than those that then go through the journey. Another example I'll give you is of Babson. If you look at Babson, Babson is the leading college in entrepreneurship in the world. It has been leading for more than 20 years. They only offer one degree, which is a degree of bachelor's in entrepreneurship. So students come there to effectively become entrepreneurs. It's a 4-year journey. They spend close to $300,000 to earn that degree, and somewhere around 4-5% of them on graduation start companies. But over the last 3 years, Money Magazine has been doing a survey trying to look at the performance of colleges based on the outcomes of salaries of people that graduate. And Babson graduates beat Stanford, MIT, Princeton, Harvard, and everybody else. And that is because they are already speaking the language of the company. When companies come to interview, they are talking the language of sales growth, they are talking language of channels, they are talking language of segmentation. And not only you get better jobs, but you find yourself progressing rapidly when you go join these organizations. So the second big benefit coming out of pursuing an entrepreneurial journey is it's a continuous learning process by which you will upgrade yourself. Third, and probably the most important one in some of our minds, is it gives you the opportunity to create enormous wealth. And talking about wealth, today all of this is happening not only in this country, in India, it is happening in 20 countries, is because of the wealth that was created by our founder, Romesh Wadhwani. So Romesh, till date, has started 36 companies. Of those 36 companies, 6 companies have market capitalization of more than $1 billion. Another 5 to 6 have been in the range of $500 million to $1 billion. And of the 36 companies, there were only 2 companies that sort of didn't return the full value, and they were on 75 cents on a dollar. So he's done a phenomenal job. In the process, now he is generating $1 billion of personal wealth every decade. And in fact, in the last decade, the last $1 billion were generated in less than 5-6 years. So that is $1 billion of personal wealth. That is the opportunity that you guys have. So what does Romesh do with all this money? So first is, I have been to his house many times. He has a fabulous house in Silicon Valley. I don't know what it costs, maybe 30, 40, 50 million. But that house was built with artisans from Rajasthan and artisans from Italy. So it's a combination of Venetian and it's a combination of a Rajasthani architecture. Those are the guys from Rajasthan, I can see that. He flies in private jets everywhere. He flies in first class. He has top-notch celebrations on events. He gets the best, the musicians from around the world. But that's after doing all of that, he is not even able to spend interest from his personal wealth. That is the power of wealth generation. But I think the credit goes to what he does with this wealth. So he's taken 1 billion of that 3 billion wealth and devoted it to saying he wants to create replicas of himself in you, and you. And that's what we are doing today. Romesh started this entrepreneurship, National Entrepreneurship Network more than 14 years ago. We started with India. Today we are supporting 600 colleges, close to 100,000 students. Just at the beginning of January, we signed an agreement with the Government of India, where the Government of India has agreed to invest 500 crores into expanding the Entrepreneurship College program to 4,000 colleges. So big hand to them. I want to recognize Jyotsna here, just Joint Secretary Jyotsna, who has been spearheading and leading this. So thank you very much. With the success of what we have done here, we are replicating this now in 15 other countries around the world, in Southeast Asia, in Africa, in Latin America. So our support for you will continue. Our support for you is expanding in terms of in the university program. What we are doing now is we have digitized a lot of the learning so that the learning can happen through videos anywhere, anytime. We are expanding the eCell program so you have better engagement on the eCells. Again, these are digitized versions of eCell activities. And we are now working with your incubators and accelerators. So for those that take our courses, participate in our eCell activities, and some of you who make the pledge to jump onto the entrepreneurship bandwagon, we have a support program for you in terms of having support for college incubators and accelerators. And it doesn't stop there. Sure, you want to clap? Go ahead. Over the last 3-4 years, we have also decided to support entrepreneurs that have started the journey. So some of you that will start the journey down the road, others that have already started. As I said, it's a tough journey. So you need to be supported by a network of experts, network of entrepreneurs, and so on. If you look at Silicon Valley, what does that do? Silicon Valley have Stanford and Berkeley that sow the seeds of entrepreneurship. But as you step out of Silicon Valley, you're surrounded by folks that have either part of a startup or have started companies, that are funding companies, are angel investors. And that social network, that ecosystem is what makes Silicon Valley what it is today. So what we are trying to do now in India is to create 50 such entrepreneurial ecosystems where you will have institutes such as the institutes where you're coming from, where will educate and inspire you to become entrepreneurs. But as you step out, you will have a network of mentors, you'll have a network of investors, you will have networks to connect to service providers, to connect to customers, so that you succeed in your journey. And we will be doing this across. So if you're successful today in your local city, you will have an opportunity to expand that into 50 other cities inside India. And once you're successful in these cities, you will have the opportunity to expand outside of India in all the economies that we are supporting. So we will not leave you. We started the journey with you in schools and colleges. We will be there with you. So all the power to you. We hope that we are able to create multiple Romesh Wadhwanis out of you. Thank you very much.